So moving on into, I'm not going to reveal age because I guess that's like inappropriate. We're not supposed to talk about age, I guess. But what led you at this point of your life to say, I'm going to become a nutrition coach?
Okay, that's ironic because I was just having this conversation with someone else. I am a formally educated teacher from Butler University, and I taught inner city eighth grade English, and I loved it. And then I did some work with women's ministry, and then I moved into homeschooling my own kids. And what's
Right.
interesting is that, while it may seem disjointed, it's not. The same common denominator is teaching. And
Yeah.
I absolutely love teaching. And so the fact that my teaching in different platforms or different methods or different topics has changed, it reflects A, the change in my life, and B, it also reflects my priorities, and C, it reflects growth. The fact that I'm growth driven, because what I'm teaching now shouldn't be the same thing that I'm teaching 5 to 10 years from now.
Right, right. And you know what's amazing? And I found that after 42 years, that that's what I am. I'm an educator, I'm a teacher. And what better arena than nutrition? Because, oh my goodness, is our world just confused with nutrition? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So were there any reservations, like when you first got started, say with MacroMillionaire, and you're like, I'm gonna get certified, let's do it? Were there like, oh, any fears or?
Oh, there were a lot of fears. First of all, it was a financial investment, and that scared me at first as well. And then, after a lot of thinking and praying on it, and just talking with my husband and talking with some other mentors, I came to the realization that if I really want to do this, I'm going to have to put some money up and invest in myself.
Mm,
And so that was my first reservation. But then as soon as that was settled, then I had the next reservation or concern that, who am I? That Moses saying, who am I
yeah.
to do any of this? Well, who am I? I am someone that is qualified because I have a lifestyle that reflects what I want to change. I have, I guess I have history in a place of, negative health, negative family habits, generational things that I wanted to change. And I needed to have the best of the best to help me with that.
Yeah. And Danielle, I'm actually talking to someone right now, and I'm praying for her. And it's like she can help so many people. She wants to. I mean, I thought I was a giver. I'm just texting this young lady, and you could feel her warm heart and energy. But the culture that she's in is total imposter syndrome. It's totally like, who are you to do this? And what would you say to that person that's maybe in a culture where they're, people are like, you be a nutrition coach? Like, I don't know if you experienced any of that, but I think a lot of people coming into the program that want to do this, that want to change lives, they're halted by that imposter syndrome. Is there anything in particular that helped you grow out of it?
Yes. So yeah, I experienced imposter syndrome, and sometimes it likes to slip in every now and then. But what you said kind of sums it up. It's the culture you're in and the environment you're in. So when you put yourself around like-minded individuals, and I mean like-minded in positive or like-minded in negative, you're going to grow that way, and you're going to start to believe that way. So for me, MacroMillionaire was a place where I could put my feet under the same table as doctors, bodybuilders, people that are much more fit and strong and have the look and the lifestyle and the higher education than me, and they still can encourage me. And we all have the same mindset, the same desire, the same want. And then all of a sudden those other voices start to just go silent.
Yeah, right, right. So kind of as I watched you building your business, it went from like, hey, all right, the open sign is up. I'm gonna help the world. And now it seems like you've been we talked about like on your Instagram, and you're like kind of like, hey, I am kind of geared and feel called to more of a specific client. Have you felt like a difference like in your energy as you went from, hey, I'm kind of, and you definitely, you can't help everyone, but I know that you've said like, hey, I'm going to refer certain people into the network because there's a specific kind of niche that I feel great about helping. How has that journey been? Because that's got to just feel amazing to, I don't want to say pick your own clients, you know what I mean? But say, hey, I don't need to take on all clients. I can actually find another coach that I think might be better for this client. And so I can take on more of these clients. That's just a cool thing, because I think a lot of business owners, they stay in that like, hey, I'm in it for everyone. Well, if you're in it for everyone, then you're in it for no one, because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So was there kind of a transition with that?
Yes, there was. So at first, obviously, I needed to make money. I needed to be successful, but also when you look at it a different way. So yes, I needed to be successful, but I used that time of being an open sign, just open for everybody to learn. And I used that to learn the type of client I want, the type of needs I want to speak into. And I also learned where it took more energy away from my joy versus not. So when I show up for work now, I show up excited and jazzed, and I don't care. Like, I don't care what's happened. If it's, if they've lost weight, gained weight, or, had a setback or whatever, I don't care, because it excites me to speak into their lives. So that I opened up to everybody to begin with. And I still have clients from that time of when I first started, because, we get along really well, or the mission is the same, right?
Yeah.
We have the same type of thing. But I got to the point where I finally realized where it brought me joy. Like I said, what brought me joy? And when I started honing down my target, or, narrowing down my target, I got excited. I got excited to show up. I got excited to show off, not necessarily me, but show off what can happen of giving people life back. At least that's what that's my target, is helping people get their life back. That idea of, narrowing down, you have the passion, you have the energy, and it doesn't take away from the other priorities in my life.
Right. There's a book called Give and Take, and it talks about successful givers, because, a lot of givers, they get trampled over, they burn out, and a lot of them are teachers. So it's funny that you're an educator, and they kind of dissected the psychology of these givers, and they found that there are these other givers that they thrive. If they're working 50 hours a week, they'll take on another 10, because they're giving to the right people and it energizes them.
Yep.
So I think that's so key for future entrepreneurs to hear that. Yes, at the beginning, your open sign is up, but as you grow your business, you're going to be giving to the people that you're called to give, and it's just not going to seem like, it's not going to be like a day at the office,
Yep.
So yeah, that is super, super cool. Well, Danielle, thank you so much for pouring out your value, sharing your story. This has been cool. I learned something new about you every time we chat. So we got to chat more then.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And if there are any future coaches out there, people maybe looking at it, or maybe they're like, hey, you know what? I want to just get to know Crying in My Cheesecake. What else do you do? Because you do a lot more than just nutrition coaching. How can they contact you?
They can contact me at emailing me at hello@cryinginmycheesecake.com, or you can visit my website at cryinginmycheesecake.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Danielle.
Thank you for your time.